Hi everybody, it's Moss 808 again, brought to you by the Esoteric Soldier. It has not been great, but the moon is in Libra and the sun is in Scorpio, this close sextile. So we are reacting, responding to balancing our desires or like our relationships that are expressed via our desires, right? And when you know relationships and desires come together, you know what I'm saying, there's some infidelity, there's some mixing of energies going on, if you will. I'm just saying the mixing of the energies, that's all, outside of a specified order. So we are reacting, response to that with Scorpio, and then we have Venus entering Libra. I'm gonna have a separate video on that. But yeah, the moon being at home, Venus being at home, and the moon being like here, we are emotionally looking at how things are balancing or looking based upon our desires. It's like having like some gory, bloody mess, but you're like sitting it on the table, right? And so that's basically what we're reacting and respond to with our relationships and love affairs and things that we just desire, or things that we desire to transform or have power and control over said things. And we got Mercury is going to be making a sextile to the moon and Venus. So you know how Scorpio and Virgo have that sextile in Libra. Not in Libra, but in Lilith and Virgo. That's the last thing sitting there in Virgo, I think. It might be an asteroid there too, but overall, yeah, it's that sextile. It's the detective, right? Detective, the knower of things and such, and deep things. This is not the lawyer. This is the not so secret detective. He's an open conspiracy theorist, you could say, because Sagittarius is about escapism and philosophy and knowing, and then Libra's about being in balance and having diplomacy and being diplomatic with said situations. So this is gonna be that guy that has the evidence, but he's not having the claim to make it, because Mercury's debilitated here. But he's not having the claim to make it. But Libra is going to be helping out Sagittarius, and I think. I think Sagittarius Sagittarius in conjunct Taurus, because Gemini. Okay. But yeah, so that's going to be that sextile, you know what I'm saying? The way you're thinking is going to be thinking about escapism, or it might just be thinking about cages in general, or it might try to communicate its philosophy in the way that it's a cage because it's air, so the philosophy is just for expansive and contractive at all times. So to capture a screenshot of that and try to it sees the cage with the wisdom, with the knowledge. And so Venus and Libra is going to be helping out this sextile. So be looking to where you can bring balance at when it comes to you about to think or say something that you believe, right? You got to think about others and beliefs and include others in that as far as talking and communicating, because you cannot put so much emphasis on the talking phase of that. All right. And we have Pluto is still direct in Capricorn. Saturn is still 0 degrees Pisces. So this is going to be a semi. It's going to be like a minor square. Mercury being debilitated might need to learn how, even though you're debilitated, what you're talking about has influence. It has belief, it has faith, you know what I'm saying? Imagination externalized, right? And therefore, faith and belief, therefore, when Sagittarius is square to Pisces, so Sagittarius is a sextile. It's a sextile because it ain't close to Gemini, so it's a sextile. Drink some water. It's a sextile. It's a sextile. Excuse me, got a little cold. It's a sextile. So it's an opportunity there. About your restrictions and boundaries to gain meanings and reasons and travel experiences coming from humanitarian things dealing with the Aquarius and associates to Pisces, where you're transitioning out of opportunity and you're learning how to go within, use your intuitive wisdom, like peep the experience before the experience actually happens, so you don't have to experience it if it's a terrible experience. But experiences are to be experienced, and that's the infinity life path 8 shit. And that means the moon and Venus is in conjunction Taurus. Now, Taurus is about I having, and of course Libra is about balancing, and Libra is at home. So we are willing to compromise and cope with and be relatable to things that we care about, like relationships, being in balance, being diplomatic, being having equilibrium in things, having equilibrium in communications, learning different communications. Like we are initiating, so we are learning as we build by being in new spaces, new territories. That cardinal energy is there. Especially with the moon dealing with our emotions, how we are relating our emotions when it's about to be a new moon. So we are practicing before we plant the seeds in Scorpio that deepness, and just, it's transformed, takes power control over by the earth, Gaia, whatever you choose to, use as your spirit guide, so your belief. So Taurus is about I have your experiences, the experiences that you have. That's the thing. The depositor of Sagittarius is in Taurus right now. It's in conjunction. So it's misunderstanding what the actual parent is saying, because it's too close to something that is going into a fixed state of having. Things you have acquired, materialism, which isn't a bad thing, but like being stubborn and fixed in your ways, being too grounded, not being out in space, where Jupiter wants you to experience all things, but you just go about it in a practical way, which may take longer, which you just, still, Sagittarius, that's your ruler, so pay attention, because you're debilitated here. So the rules, I have originality. I rebel because I have certain things. I have tools that I use certain things. And it's gonna be square as Sagittarius is gonna be square in Neptune and Pisces, so it's already debilitated, but it has a perfect opportunity to learn, because Pisces is at home. It's willing to put the universal love. I love to use that universal love because that's one of the first things that I learned. The universal love, cosmic expansion, and being new, a new ass spirit, the epitome of a new ass spirit, chaotic and love and stuff. And you're at home, like in the seas of Neptune. The seas, like seeing, like all at once. Dreams and illusions, murky water, fast disarrangement that clashes together, creates an atmosphere of like visions and shit that you see. So you can't forget that. Neptune, you know what I'm saying? Square. That's an important one. I'm glad I caught that. Thank you. Spirit guys. You know what I'm saying? And that's your astrological breakdown, you know what I'm saying? Be aware of how you relate. You might be taking power, control, transformed over it, or it might initiate and cause just certain ways that you handle in certain situations.